What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Now, before I start off this video about Rikishi, who's been running his yap on his podcast, just real quick, just gotta do a shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers on Rumble. 428 YouTube, 122 Rumble still. Thank you so very much. I know I've been gone past couple of days, been working, and it's gonna be like that pretty much rest of the month. Alright, but I'll upload when I can, as much as I can. Alright, but I had to talk about this shit. Alright, you already know I had to. Alright, I've been seeing everybody there, chiming in, giving their opinions. So I figured, why not join the party? Like, maybe I'll get some new viewers, because at first I wasn't gonna do it. I was gonna make a post about it, but I'm like, nah, fuck it. I'll break it down like I did the Cena promo with Cody, the promo with Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton, and the Bass and Cameron interview with Street Profits. I know majority of you people like it. People here at the No Chill Bingo Hall. That's what I'm gonna start calling this shit, because all the people here that are subbed is about the equivalent of a bingo hall. Alright, so at the No Chill Bingo Hall, I got you guys. And for today's feature presentation is Rikishi. So without further ado, let's hear what the notorious FAT has to say.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I'm sure y'all been waiting for my reply or my thoughts on a few things. I'm flying solo tonight, and I got a lot on my mind. And let's just start off. Let me remind everybody of this podcast and reason why that I decided to open up my own podcast. It's a way for me to be able to remind those out there, the business of our family, to remind you out there of what we have done for the industry and continue to do, to remind those out there of the journey, 75 plus years of this family in this industry of professional wrestling that you love about.
I mean, do we really need a reminder? I'm surprised I haven't seen any Samoan fatigue videos, because I see this bullshit about black fatigue, and the DEI, the woke shit. I get all that, alright, but I'm surprised, because I've seen people over here like, I'm so sick and fucking tired of this whole bloodline shit. It was Cool Roman, then Overstayed His Welcome, then you got fucking Jacob Fatu, and then fucking, my name's Jeff Cobb, and all these motherfuckers, and then you got fucking Beavis, make oil, fucking Tamatanga, and so fucking Tongaloa, and all these people, man, who aren't even Samoan, they're Tongan, but I digress. It's too fucking much. It's been going on for too long. So we don't really need a reminder on the Samoan lineage when it comes to pro wrestling.
And so, there's things that I see, I hear, sometimes good about the bloodline. And when I say bloodline, I say any family member. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Hey, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But let me go ahead and speak on what y'all made viral. Let me go ahead and speak on what y'all made go trending out there. And I'm talking about my son, Jay. I'm talking about what y'all put out there. Some of y'all are happy that Jay's reign then came to an end. And some of y'all are out there making your voices heard about the days that he's held this belt of 51 days. 51 days for this champion. Wow.
Let me stop right there. No, to be honest, he's lucky his ass got pushed at all. I mean, if we're being straight up honest. Like, don't forget that all the DUIs him and Jimmy had combined, like what, like 7, 8? Some crazy astronomical number of DUIs. If it was anybody else, if it wasn't because of their bloodline itself, their asses wouldn't have been fired. Fired. I promise you that. So they are fortunate that they're still employed. And I said this before, alright? I don't get the views that some channels get. Eventually I'll get there. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I said this before here on this channel, that I said Jey Uso would not be champion for long, because it was evident by the way he was being presented. Alright? It's obvious. To anyone that has, some level of intelligence can see this shit a mile away. Alright? And I was correct. Once again, on this channel, I'm correct. Just like people now, they want the Murder Unk, Minoru, the Truth, Suzuki to try to beat John Cena and become the WWE champion. I've been said that. I've been saying this on this channel. But it's all good. But regardless, going back to Jey Uso, at the end of the day, the man won the Royal Rumble, went on to WrestleMania, and he won. In the history books, he's going to go down as a world heavyweight champion. No one can ever take that away from him.
Let me back up for a second. Are we talking about a kid that 16 plus years that put in work? We talk about a kid that, combined with him and his brother, merchandise sales to the roof as a tag team, now breaks off in a single competitor. If you can tell me that anybody else is selling any merchandise higher than Yeet, I want you to tell me, by all means. Generating revenue for the company. What was that saying? What's good for business?
Well, let's take a look, shall we? I got you, Rikishi, alright? Let's take a look at the top 5 merch sellers apparently from numerous sources last month. Number 1, Karrion Kross. Number 2, Jacob Fa. 2. Number 3, John Cena. Number 4, Randall Key Glock Orton. And number 5, he's not even in the fucking company. I believe in Joe Hendry. Dun, dun. Where's Jey Uso? Where is mid-card Jey Uso? No Yeet. And I'm pretty sure, for what I've been told so far here in June, the number 1 merch seller, or at least in the top 5, is Ron the Murder Unk Killings. Now, maybe mid-card Jey Uso Yeet is in the top 5 for June. I don't know. I haven't seen any information that leads to it, but anything's possible. Now, I do see where he's coming from. And I said this before when he lost the belt against the Reign General Gunther, right? That the writers, creative, Triple H, didn't necessarily do right by him when he was champion. Like, this dude calls himself main event Jey Uso, Yeet. But the only main event he had was that Saturday Night's Heat, or aka Saturday Night Velocity, aka Saturday Night's main event against Logan Paul as champion, as far as I can recall. That's it. that's the only fucking show he main evented. And the only reason he main evented that show is because the American cuck, Cody Rhodes, came back in return to help him out. So it wasn't even a genuine main event for Jey Uso, because he had to rely on Cody Rhodes and John Cena to close up that show. Right? I do find it funny how he's saying now the writers, need to be fired. Now that Jey Uso lost the belt, but he wasn't saying this shit while he was champion. At least to my knowledge, he wasn't. Now, me personally, I have no issue with Jey Uso losing the World Heavyweight Championship. I said this before, we need to see more title changes on these fucking regular shows, Raw, SmackDown, to make shit not so fucking predictable, Now, would I have Gunther be the one to beat him? No. Especially, keep in mind, Gunther only faced Pat McAfee, who he didn't even squash. Motherfucker had trouble putting down a commentator. Somehow got himself a #1 contender shot against Jey Uso and beats him. That's not how I would book things, but I'm not the booker. That's that big-nosed bastard, Triple H, the Croc, the Pelican. Now, I do agree that the writers need to be fired. Pack them all up at this point. Him and the head of creative, Triple H, all of them need to go at this point. All right, this a fresh restart is what that company needs. So yes, I do agree. The writers and head of creative, Triple H, either need to be removed from that position or fired. All right, not because of the fact that Jey Uso lost the fucking belt. It's the fact that this product is absolute trash overall. Boring as fuck, stale, mundane, repetitive nonsense each fucking week. Alright? And you have the audacity, the unmitigated goal to price gouge these fucking ticket prices at these live events. These premium live events. I've seen, now in NXT they're charging almost $250 for fucking tickets down there? Absolutely insane. TKO clearly doesn't give two fucks. Alright? They'll keep on doubling, fucking tripling, quadrupling these ticket prices for an inferior product that gets worse and worse as time progresses.
And then you have a kid that put his heart and soul, just like everybody else that's out there on the roster, put their heart and soul to get to that main event spot. And finally, when he gets there, you know what I feel? Here's what I feel. I feel that those are writing for this kid, his storyline, you didn't do him justice. You didn't feed this champion right talent to be able to continue to make this champion. Not a fair shot in my eyes. So you go 51 days. I say fire. Fire those that are writing for this kid here. If you can't come up with something simple to promote and push your champion, that you, not me, you decide to put this kid in that position. And then that's it. All of a sudden, the brains done went, just cloudy, like you can't write. You can't think of an angle for Jay. Well, if you can't do your job, I say, best endeavors. Get the hell out the way. Put somebody in that position. Because the longer you keep the belt on this kid, the longer we talk about what's good for business. Merchandise sales to the roof. That's what it is. Last I knew. If you can't make money for the company, why are you in that position? So now they passed the belt on to Gunther. For whatever reason.
I'll tell you the reason. Apparently, they want to do the Reign General versus Goldberg at most likely Summerfest, aka Summer Scam, this year.
Hey, I ain't got no beef with Gunther. I ain't got no beef with any of those that are on the roster. I ain't got no beef with that. And if I do, I won't say it to your face, because that's just the type of man I am. But let me back up. Good luck. Good luck if that's what your choice is, to go that way. But let me back up and continue my thoughts on my son as far as, his run as the world champion. I didn't think it was justice. I didn't think it was fair. 51 days, that was it. I mean, in a Continental belt, a short run, that was it. Like, what is it? What is it against my boy that you just feel like when you had done that to Randy Orton, if you threw the belt on Randy Orton for him, would you have done that to John Cena?
Now let's stop right there, right? Because we have one who's a 17-time world champion, the other one a 14-time world champion, and then there's Jey Uso, a one-time world heavyweight champion for 51 days. They are not the same, right? Like at all, like not even close. You know what I mean? And let's take a look, at the history of short title reigns in the WWE. We have John Cena, whom Rikishi mentioned. His shortest title reign was at 3 minutes and 34 seconds, his 6th time being world champion, and it ended at the hands of the Animal Batista, right, at the Elimination Chamber 2010. I remember it very, very well, all right, because Batista then went on to have that fantastic heel run that ended abruptly. But we then have Jeff Hardy. His first WWE title reign ended at 3 minutes and 10 seconds to old Pepsi Phil, who cashed in the Money in the Bank, ruining his run. And I forgot about this shit right here, but Ezekiel Jackson, he is regarded as the last WWE CW champion ever, beating Christian, and his reign only lasted 2 minutes and 25 seconds before ECW got nixed, canceled for good. Yokozuna, we all know the infamous WrestleMania 9, where he went on to defeat Bret the Hitman Hart and the main event become the WWF champion, only to lose it. That doesn't work for me, brother. Hulk Hogan strolls his happy ass out there. Bret Hart's looking at him like, the fuck? Goes out there and squashes his ass in 2 minutes and 6 seconds. You have Mr. I Am a Visionary, I Am Revolutionary, I Am Seth the Tribal Cuck, or the original Tribal Cuck, Rollins. Money in the Bank 2016, 2 minutes. 2 minutes is all he can spare as he dropped the belt to Dean Ambrose, the Lunatic Fringe. Crazy how all 3 members of the Shield became world champions that night. And then there's the, well, there's a Big Show. The Big Show, his first World Heavyweight Championship reign, ends in 1 minute and 51 seconds to Daniel Bryan. Cashes in the Money in the Bank at TLC 2011. We have Andre the Giant, whose WWF title reign ended at 1 minute and 48 seconds to Hulk Hogan, brother. And then we move on to probably the most egregious on this list, and that's the EST of the WWE, Bianca Belair. Loses the belt to Io Sky in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Defended it in that triple threat match against Asuka, and woo! Charlotte Flair, Io cashes in the Money in the Bank. But wait, there's more, because there's Becky Lynch, who came back, beat Bianca Belair in 26 seconds to become the SmackDown Women's Champion. Absolutely disgusting. Like, there's no way around it. Where I'm not. Becky did do the right thing. It did business at WrestleMania, but it doesn't take away from the fact that she beat Bianca in 26 seconds. And then you have the nerve to mention Randy. Like, oh, they would never do that to Randy. Right? Now, maybe this was intentional because the match where he won the World Heavyweight Championship doesn't exist anymore. Or maybe his old ass just forgot. But Randy Orton's first world title reign was just 28 days. And guess who ended it? Triple H, you're not ready to be the world champion. Not when I'm around. We're in the Triple H reign of terror era. But I guess you forgot that. So both Cena and Orton had shorter world title reigns than Jey Uso. Now this was just one list, right? Now there are other champions that had short title reigns like Christian, fucking Bret Hart, Mick Foley, but there's two I want to mention, right? Rey Mysterio, I talked about this shit recently on the Worlds Collide review. He won the WWE Championship, couldn't even take the belt home as he had to drop it to John Cena. And then there's the big red machine, Kane. I'll never forget this. Peak Kane, mind you, drops the fucking belt to Stone Cold Steve Austin, the first blood match. He won it that night, lost it to Austin. And I'm just like, yeah, maybe that's one of the reasons why I've never been like a huge Steve Austin fan. Seeing bullshit like that, like, how you gonna do Kane like that, man? Like, and I have Kane, like, I'm this close. Like, I'm thinking about swapping out Batista for Kane, because I have Kane right there at number 11. My top 15 favorite wrestlers of all time, and I might put him in the top 10. I just might, but how you gonna do Kane like that, man? One of the most underrated wrestlers of all time. So there you go, Rikishi. Some history for you, right? Some of the fuck shit that happened over the past 4 decades in the WWE.
I mean, let's talk about it. Because last I knew, the last time we seen WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, damn it, he had the whole arena. The whole arena. Yeet. Yeet, yeet, yeet your motherfucking ass yeet. So come on. Come on. Somebody tell me. Tell me, what is it? The bloodline has gave our heart and soul to this industry. 75 plus years. Past, present, and future. And goddamn it, this is the way we treat it. This is the way y'all look at us.
What do you mean by that? That's what I want to know. What do you mean by that, Rikishi? That's the way you're treated? Like, motherfucker, you guys have been on top. Like, what? Let's not forget Roman was champion for damn near 4 fucking years. Had to deal with his bullshit. Had to see people like Drew McIntyre, like in LA Knight. Yeah. Had to put this dude over. Hell, I wanted Jey Uso to beat Roman the second time. The story was right there. They didn't pull the trigger. Alright? But at least for the past 5 years, we've seen Samoans get booked strongly here in the WWE. Yokozuna, rest in peace, a former WWF champion. The Rock, who is more Samoan than he is black, a former multiple-time world champion. So I'm like, what is he talking about? And clearly we see Jey is the favorite. Jey is his favorite son, because if you would have said this shit about, Jimmy or maybe Solo, now I'm like, but Jey, it's like, buddy, yeah, he had the whole crowd eating up and down, alright? But again, at least he got a push, because I'm looking at people on that roster who are selling merch, like in Karrion Kross, but can't wrestle a fucking match on Raw to save his fucking life. We have Austin Theory, who was getting cheered. People wanted to see Austin Theory on a show. We haven't seen him in fucking weeks. There are too many people who are currently being held down in this fucking company, and then you got this fucking fat schmuck bitching about his fucking overrated son losing the fucking belt. At least he got the push. I'm still waiting for LA Knight, yeah, to tell his story, to get his fucking chance, his opportunity to become a WWE World Champion. Right, I'm waiting for Karrion Kross. Alright, and the whole point of him going viral on that fucking segment with fucking Sideshow Bob looking ass dude, fucking Sam, whatever. Because I seen people, they were talking about, well, why can't he cut a promo like that on fucking Raw? That's the fucking point. he hasn't been given the opportunity to do so. We see Braun Breaker getting held back, Drew McIntyre being held back, Carmelo Hayes being held back, Andrade being held back, and I can keep going. But the point is, there's a lot of talented individuals just on the main roster alone. And you got the women too. You know, you got people like Piper Niven, never gets a chance. Alba Fire, never gets a chance. You got Bianca Belair being held down. You got Chelsea Green being held down. Like, there's no reason why Chelsea Green can't be a SmackDown Women's World Champion. None. And these people don't get the same opportunities that the Solos, the Jays, the Jimmys, the JC Mateos, the Jacob Fatus, the Nia Jaxes of the world get. And that's the fucking problem. Ava Raine, the GM down there in NXT, only got that position because she's The Rock's daughter. That's the definition of nepotism. So I'm not trying to hear shit you're saying right now, Rikishi. That's why your ass got ratioed. Yeah, it's looking bad. It's looking real bad for you right now, man, because you came on there live talking out your ass. I think there's more than enough Samoan representation in the WWE. Right? Meanwhile, the fucking Street Profits, they can't defend their fucking tag team titles on any PLE since they've been champions. Not WrestleMania 41, not Money in the Bank, not Saturday Night's Main Event, nothing. Nada. But yeah, you're gonna have this fat son of a bitch, in the words of Scott Steiner, crying about Samoans, you know, their representation in the WWE, when your sons, in fact, were tag team champions for what, like over 600 days? Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, just compare the two. How the Usos were treated as tag team champions to how the Street Profits were treated as tag team champions. And that is the fucking problem.
That's just ain't right, man. Ain't right. We've never been a problem. We've always been the source. The last I knew, the bloodline from Roman Reigns all the way down to the Usos, continuing on to Sepha, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu. The last I knew, back when it was COVID, fans were on the screen of TV. Who kept WWE afloat? Come on. You want to talk? Y'all want to go there? Let's go facts, man. Let's do facts. This was way before TKO came in the picture. Who's carrying that? On the backs of the family. That's who it was. On the backs of the bloodline. Give Roman Reigns his props. Give the Usos their props. Give them their flowers. This is what I'm saying. My words are not my family words. I'm giving you my opinion, my professional opinion. Been there, done that, man. Understand what it is. I went through 6 different characters. I survived, damn it. I played you. The bottom line was that bag was the real thing for me every week. So that means what? Everybody eats at this table. So you can look at me, you can hear me. I don't give a damn. You unfollow or you follow. Retweet or not. Repost or not. I don't give a damn. But I will not sit by and bite my tongue to see what is going on right now. Y'all so easy to forget the blood, sweat, and tears of this family that, for years, man. And now we get we get a little bit. That's what y'all, just a little bit. I'm just going to throw them a little bit. No, you didn't throw us shit. You didn't throw us a damn thing. What we did, the way I look at it, we earned it. Trust me, if there was somebody else, over than Yeet, somebody else that can do the job of the Usos, somebody can do the job of the bloodline, without a doubt, they'd be replaced in a minute. I know it. Seeing it. Understand it.
Now, let me stop him right there. Now, I'm not gonna unfollow. I'm not gonna fucking do all that stupid shit. Dislike. I'm not doing all that. But I will make fun of you. That's the whole premise of this fucking video. Who is more over than me? I'll give you an example. L.A. Knight. Yeah. Was getting some of the biggest reactions in the fucking company before his ass got buried by your boy Roman. Who could do the job of the Usos? The Street Profits. Who could do the job of the Bloodline? You had the Hurt Business, who got broken up far too fucking soon for no reason. And this motherfucker had the audacity to be like, oh, well, we haven't been given shit. Like, what? how can he honestly, he meant that shit too. He said that shit with conviction, that they haven't given Samoans shit. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember there being any tweets, any videos being made of the lack of Samoans on these PLEs since Triple H has taken over. Well, what I have seen is tweets and videos of the lack of black representation on these PLEs, or the fact that people like whoop that trick. That's another example of who could be more over than Yeet. Alright, but he's relegated to being the TNA World Heavyweight Champion because I'd rather him be in that position to be called up on the main roster on Raw or SmackDown and get fucking buried. He is far too talented to not be utilized. Alright, that's why I'm worried about people like Obafemi. My first video on this channel that got a bunch of likes was my Obafemi should be undefeated. Right? He should be treated in the same regards as Gupta. Alright, but is he undefeated? No. But at least he's still champion. But I worry for when he gets called up to Raw or SmackDown because it's gonna happen. Alright? I'm worried about Last Legend, who they're not doing fuck all with right now. And I had the audacity to feed her to fucking Roxanne Perez. Garbage. Same with Lola Vice. You know, she's slowly, recovering from her loss to Roxanne Perez. But still, I worry about her when she eventually gets called up to the main roster. You know what I mean? And I shouldn't have to worry about these talented individuals from NXT, getting called up. Because of who's booking things? Triple H. I have to be. But you know who I'm not worried about? Who do have their props, who have been given their props time and time again? The Samoans, right, on the roster. Alright? They're good. I promise you, Rikishi, they're fucking good.
So we're not the ones to play with. I'm going to put it like this. We're not the ones to fuck with. We ain't asking for no hand-me-downs. We ain't asking for no special treatment. We just asking for a fair opportunity. Fair. So y'all say that, what's out there? Now, the news is this. Y'all put it out there. I see it. My team bring it to me. And I'm going to speak on it. I'll talk about that. Now you're trying to cut, Roman Reigns' feet. Here's a guy that main event WrestleMania. 6 main events and more to come because he still look great. He can still draw. Y'all miss him. Y'all do the math. Every WrestleMania. What WWE and TKO and all, you do the math. That's a lot of money. That's a bunch of money. And guess whose face was on there? Leading that. I didn't make this up. Y'all did. Y'all put it out there. I seen the same flyer y'all seen. Roman Reigns. Bloodline member. Jey Uso. Bloodline member. Trinity Fatu. Bloodline member. That's all I'm saying. Hey, let's not make up stories about bullshit. If you're done with it, say it. You want to move on? Say it. But damn it, I'll be damned I'm gonna sit back and you try to erase the history of our family, of what we put into this business. Give us our flowers. Or not, I tell you what, giving us our flowers, we taking it. That's one thing that boils Kishi's blood up, is when you start to, disrespect the family of what we've done for this business, this industry.
Again, I mean, you have more opportunities than not if you're Samoan in the WWE. All right, and it should be fair. That's what really pisses me the fuck off the most when it comes to Triple H. I don't see color. I only see talent. I tell the biggest stories with the best talent I have. But he doesn't. And that's what infuriates me. He fucking doesn't. He fucking sucks because there's a shitload of talent on that fucking roster who doesn't get an opportunity to shine, who doesn't get a fair chance. We got this fat fuck bitching about his 16 cousins not getting a fair chance in the WWE, despite the fact that his son was just a world champion. Give me a fucking break. Now, as far as Roman, alright, now I do feel bad for legit Roman Reigns fans out there because he ain't never, and I promise you, he ain't never getting pushed the way that he did under Vince. Because look at it. We see the American cuck, Cody Rhodes, who's getting yet another opportunity possibly to challenge for the Universal WWE Championship. But Roman, as soon as he had to put over this fucking cuck, he never, and I do mean he never, got another opportunity at the title since. So I'm just saying, Roman's time at the top is over. Like, just straight up and down, he's pretty much over it, man. And he knows this. Like, he doesn't fuck with Triple H like that. He was a Vince guy. Alright? And he's still riding high of that Vince contract that was given to him. 15 mil a year? Yeah, TKO said, fuck that. like, you don't fucking hardly show up as it is. Why the fuck we paying you this much? Absolutely not. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, Roman's good. At the end of the day, his legacy is cemented, but as far as him getting like a significant push, I don't see it, because I remember, people were talking about, man, like, when Roman comes back as a babyface, he's gonna be fucking over. And he was over. But guess who fucked things up? Triple H. That was by design. And I gave my props to Roman on this channel. Like, I'll never forget this. Like, I spent hours trying to do this 2-minute tribute to Roman Reigns, and I had this shit perfect. It was in sync with the music and everything, only for it to get taken down via copyright. And I told myself, never again. But I digress.
I mean, man, y'all forget about Peter Maivia. Y'all forget about Alfonseca, the mighty Yokozuna, the legendary, should be a Hall of Famer by now, Umaga, Eddie Fatu. The legendary Tonga Kid should be a Hall of Famer. The Uso Samu, y'all forget, Head Shrinkers Tag Team Champions? He should be in a Hall of Famer. I ain't talking about just handing out Hall of Famer to just anybody. I say hand it to those that earned the right, that put in work, decade after decade, damn it. And that's the Fatu Anoa'i clan, the Maivia clan.
Let me stop him right there once more. Give the Samoans their flowers. Like, motherfucker, you got your own botanical garden up in that bitch. If we're gonna be honest, you got all the flowers. Alright? Y'all good. I promise you. And if you're not good, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You're just being selfish at this fucking point with all the fucking opportunities y'all got over the fucking, 75 years of being in the wrestling business? And that ain't enough. Y'all been recognized for 75 years. But that's not good enough for Rikishi. Nah, he wants 100. Right? He wants 125. Like, what more do you want? All right, and I know some people they're saying that he's living vicariously through Jey Uso. I'm not going to go that far. All right, but it's like, what more do you want, Rikishi? What more do you want? Honestly, like, you guys been on top. They're still pushing the bloodline. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about, erasing the Samoan lineage. It's like they're still pushing these motherfuckers. On SmackDown, you got Solo, you got my name's Jeff Cobb, you got fucking Jacob Fatu's doing his thing as United States champion, and he's brought in fucking Hikuleo, who is not even Samoan. He's Tongan, but they're gonna pretend like he's Samoan because he looks Samoan. So they said, fuck it, why not? You know, like, you guys are good, man. You guys are more than good. You guys got your bread. Got enough fucking bread on the table. What about everybody else?
What y'all out there known to the world as, what? The Samoan dynasty, bloodline. So let's get these facts straight, man. Let's get it straight. Respect is earned, damn it. And damn it, I sit here today and I tell you today and continue to tell you that my family has earned the right to speak on it and stand on business, because that's what we are. We are good for business, and I'm fucking out. I'm done.
Bro really thought he did something there. That was his pipe bomb right there. Or that shit was ass. Garbage. Some of the most asinine takes I've ever heard. Now, I do agree that Umaga, aka Umanga, as Rico likes to say, and the Tonga Kid should be in the WWE Hall of Fame, especially if they could put someone like Michelle McCool in before those two. They should be in the WWE Hall of Fame, but that's another video for another time. All right, and yes, Samoans are good for business, but y'all been taking up all the business for the past fucking 5 years now. Right, it's time to give somebody else a chance, a slice of that fucking business you keep talking about there, Rikishi. It's long overdue. Like, hot damn, man. Like, y'all ain't the only ones that are good for business. The fuck out of here. Right, we see what's going on with, Ron Killings. He's been killing it. But he had to get released. And I seen the shit that he posted about R-Truth and trying to save face. It's like, man, I'm trying to hear that shit. Cut that noise. Stop it. This is the last point that I want to make. Alright? That I want to see WWE do business with people who are actually talented, regardless of their nationality or ethnicity. Right? We've seen enough Samoans get pushed. No offense. Alright? With all due respect, I have nothing against Samoans. Alright? But I want to see people like LA Knight get a chance. Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, fucking Sheamus. When's the last time Sheamus been world champion? Trick Williams when he gets called up to the main roster. Obafemi when he gets called up to the main roster. Alexis King when he gets called up to the main roster. Tavion Heights when he gets called up to the main roster. I want to see them get a fair chance, like the Samoans got, or continue to get. The same applies to the women as well, especially down there in NXT when they get called up, like Last Legend, like Soruka, like Kalani Jordan, like Lola Vice, like Tatum Paxley, like Jada Parker. Right? I want to see them all get a fair chance to do business in the WWE. All right, but that remains to be seen. Right, and that's all I gotta say about this bullshit. So y'all let me know how y'all felt about Rikishi's comments. Was he yapping his ass off? Or do you agree with the shit that he said with Samoans not getting pushed enough? Right? What a fucking joke, man. But yeah, to those who go out their way and like and comment, my videos, thank you so very much. To those who go out their way and dislike, which I already know there's going to be dislikes. There's going to be people who agree with Rikishi. They're going to say, like, well, I want to see Samoans get pushed even more than they already have. It's absurd. It's fucking absurd, man. But as far as what's next, it depends on how much time I have. I know I'm probably gonna put some community posts up regarding like AEW and Evolve. So I'm not gonna have enough time to cover these shows. Alright, and there's other shit that I want to do. I got video requests I got to do as well. So there's a bunch of shit I got to do, man. But yeah, I waste enough of your guys' time. So with that said, Be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. And until next time, adios.